Here we go. I'm going to try to... They're not coming after me, those sirens, whatever they are. It's not me. I'm going to try to open this up right now. We can use scissors, we can use knives. You know what? Scissors are not really neat because I don't want to cut the cardboard all up. I want to save the packaging as much as possible, so I'm going to use a hobby knife or an X-Acto knife is what I always call them. What does it say? It says Excel. I always call them X-Acto knives. Gotta be careful you don't bayonet yourself. Unless you're diabetic, then you have a good time to break out your blood testing stuff. Try to jab into the plastic here. Jab myself. Telling everybody to be careful on it. At least I captured it on video and it'd be an action opening. Blood spilling everywhere. Man, those props were amazing. They weren't props. That was my real blood. We're not going to do that. Alright. Don't want to tear things up too much. I don't want to scratch the lock, but doing all of the above. Yeah, wee. Alright. Yeah, they're getting dangerous with that. Just use the higher leverage capabilities of a bigger knife. And stab in there. There we go, there we go. Right tool for the job. Maybe the theme of this whole thing is the right tool for the job. I have tried different methods on the other one. This particular one, look at that. I want to not cut up the cardboard, and these little key cutout is... Never cut towards yourself like this. Oh, that's why. Drop your weapon. Right, there we go. Pull them out of there. Damn! Hopefully, that was the hardest part of the opening this. Hopefully, that was it. But they are equally 5 pins. So, they should be equally difficult. We will use the proper method of not dropping the camera while you're doing this. I was trying to make sure it was in focus and almost knocked it off its little tiny little ledge here that it's hanging on. Alright, we got some nice shiny rattly little keys here. We have numbers on them. D0165. Wonder what a zero cut is. Maybe that's it. I don't know what if that corresponds to anything. I was just curious. Must pry one of these open. I would like, usually when I'm doing it myself, I like the first opening to not be with the key, to be with the pick, but since we must demonstrate that the lock is functional and does work. Alright, it's a little brother to that one. I bought it for 2 reasons. One, I'm probably going to have, the different size ones. And yeah, it's just engraving. It says Ace, and they're all made in China. But there is something different about this one. Well, let's get this other one off there. It's all rattly and makes noises. I'm already at 4 minutes. I haven't even started picking on it yet. Alright, we'll set them keys down there. And I will try a little Bogota set first. Hopefully this will happen rapidly. I have confidence. I have had coffee. It's 5 pins. And if it goes well, we'll celebrate with, I don't know, lots of celebration. Alright, I'm jiggling around and rocking here. This would be dangerous if I still, I don't have much room. I think it's the same kind of key weight. The thing is actually jammed up in there. There's not enough room. They're actually wedging against each other. Yep. Looks like this one presents the same problem. I'm going to have to use top of detention keyway and already smashed the shit out of the heavy bar one down here. So let me find a smaller one. Let me just try a regular. Let's see if I have tension with it. We're already at 5 minutes. I'll go like 6 or 7 minutes because I'm going to add a intro and outro to it. Yeah, there really isn't much room in there. Let me try a city rake in here. Which I happen to have. I had some of my toolage on the side, set aside. It may force me to single pin pick it, which would be very interesting because almost all the brass padlocks around here are very easy to open. The brinks, there's a lot of those that run around. They're fairly easy to open, like these brinks here. And the Master Lock series, you know, the brass ones, those are fairly easy to open and have no bypasses and stuff to them. These right here, though, maybe it's just the keyway is offering a challenge. Anyways, I would like to have started off with an opening on this, but it looks like this is going to have to be a to be continued. I'll take a little diamond here. I put this on a, I put this handle on a Southord one. Ooh, I can feel something. You know what? I think I'm going to have to single pin pick my way out of this. I don't think I'm going to be able to rake or do any other silly things that I usually do. Since I have a key and I'm running out of time, I can cheat. It's cheating. And look at the bedding again. Focus. Alright. So we got a high cut on the one, and then low and low, and it goes all the way low. There's nothing super special except for this guy in the middle, protecting maybe those two. I should get out my hookage, my various hookages. I don't know if that's a term, but I'm using it right now. Ooh, I just happened to grab a Tron right out of the... All my weaponry is hiding in the background, see? I said all of my weaponry. Believe me, I've tried everything on this other big one, and it's down to single pin picking and top of the keyway tensioning. I almost had it a couple of times. I thought I almost had it, but I've cramped my hands, and I had to do research and watch other videos of people picking. You can hear them all. There are pins in there. Scrubbing technique. I try finding the binder, you know, which is what you're supposed to do. You lock it up. You make sure your tension tool is not binding against the core. And it usually always the first one is really just spring it easy. And then when I find one, I don't know if I'm going too far or not enough, or if I bump into the warding. I'm all the way at the back of the keyway now. I hear click, click, click. Hear all that crunching? I don't know if you can. That's a kid outside doing some summertime. Damn it all. Damn it all. Well, this will be a smaller version of the big one to carry around because of weight. And I'll mess with it, believe me. I'm just going to have this lock on me at all times. And I'm going to have top of the keyway and bottom of the keyway tools and anything that'll fit in the keyway. Any method I can try, raking, rocking, random picking. I get frustrated with these things, especially if it's like a series of these. You know, you get to where you think, alright, master locks are pretty easy. Brinks are a little bit harder because they got spool pins and there's more pins, you know, but those aren't a super challenge. Alright, master locks got a brass version, you know. And lately I've been into brass padlocks picking because they're kind of cool looking. And I'm tired of the laminated master lock. But now I have found a new challenge. These ace padlocks. See, if I'd have gone for security, this is a clone of the American lock, and it offers a lot more. You can't shim it, you know, the ball bearings. It just feels better. I really like these locks. But I got one of these just because everybody's got American locks, you know. These are just like some Chinese knockoff thing. I don't know what they're a knockoff of. Their tolerances are pretty tight. If you look, there's not a whole lot of room to do anything. Believe me, I've tried everything on these other ones. So here it is running at 10 minutes, and unless a miracle happens, just happen to hit the right thing, get a false set, bam, or full set, or an opening, which I don't think is going to happen. I have a new thing to carry around with me. So that's the life of a picker. You save money, you know, if you're trying to save money by going with the smallest one of the version. I think there's even a smaller one than this, but I know there's an intermediate one. Like this seems to be the biggest one. It's like 16 bucks. This one here was about $7, I think. And there's an intermediate one that's probably about like the size of this Brinks. And a price in between there. There you go. I wish I could demonstrate it, but you know what? Little brother has got, it looks like it's the same kind of core. If you look at it, it looks like to be the same focus. It looks like they're the same kind of core. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm going to get this thing and try to focus up here close. There you go. Look at how I wedged that sucker in there. But they're the same kind of core. You can see that this one over here doesn't even look like it has a cigarette bill. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't want to take forever. However, I will be collecting these things when I get more money. I'll have the little one, the big one, and maybe one day I'll be able to open them all at once at one time. But for right now, I can't even open one of them. So I hope you enjoy picking. These are my little nemesis right now. And it's a Monday. I have to go to work. So everybody enjoy everything. And Strategic Air Command exists no more, but I was in it at one time. And my father was in it also. So there you go. The Ace Saga continues.